Is my screen visible to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So in the last theory class, how do I increase? Okay, this is how I increase. Okay, so in the last theory class, we are discussing Newton's forward difference formula. So some set of data points will be given, and your aim is to find out a relationship between input data point and output data point in terms of polynomials. Now, if the data points are n plus 1, your aim is to approximate those data by at most n degree polynomial. So for that purpose, so far we have introduced forward difference operator. You see, this is the forward difference operator, and this is backward difference operator. And using forward difference operator, we have derived Newton's forward difference formula to find out the interpolating polynomial. Is it okay so far? Now next is, so this is the formula to find out the polynomial using Newton's forward difference formula. Next is Newton's backward difference formula. It is very similar to Newton's forward difference formula, the derivation. We'll start with some initial assumption of the polynomial. So here you see how did we consider the initial polynomial Pnx y naught plus x minus x naught, not this one. Yes, this was the initial assumption of the polynomial. Pnx equals to a naught plus a1 into x minus x naught plus a2 into x minus x naught into x minus x1 and so on up to n. So this was the initial construction of the polynomial, and then your aim was to determine the constant a0, a1, a2 up to an. So that was the initial assumption of the polynomial in Newton's forward difference formula. In backward difference formula, it will be considered in a different way. So let the polynomial, so again n plus 1 data points are there. These data points are x0, y0, x1, y1 up to xn, yn. And you have to find out a polynomial passing through these data points of degree at most n. So let the polynomial be a0 plus x minus x0. Instead of x minus x0, here I will consider x minus xn in backward difference into a1 plus a2 into x minus xn into x minus xn minus 1, and in this manner I will consider up to an. The factors will be x minus xn, x minus xn minus 1 up to x minus x1. So this is the initial construction of the polynomial in Newton's backward difference formula. Now rest of the rules are same. This polynomial should be passing through the data point x0, y0, x1, y1, x2, y2 up to xn, yn, and choosing one point at a time, we will be determining these constants, because in this polynomial, the unknowns are these constants a0, a1, a2 up to an. So what will happen if the polynomial passes through x0, y0, sorry, xn, yn? What is Pn xn? Put x equals to xn in the polynomial. What is Pn xn?
A naught.
This is yn, and which is a naught from the formula. So you are getting a naught equals to yn. Okay. What is Pn xn minus 1? That is yn minus 1. And what you are getting from the polynomial? A naught plus xn minus 1 minus xn into a1, and remaining terms will be 0 because each term will contain x minus xn minus 1, that factor. So that factor will be producing 0, that factor will be making each term 0. So remaining terms are 0. So what is a1? So yn minus 1 minus a naught is yn, equals to xn minus 1 minus xn into a1. What is xn minus 1 minus xn? We started with evenly spaced data, and the distance between two consecutive x values is equals to h. H we assumed is xi minus xi minus 1 for all I equals to 0, 1, 2, for all I equals to 1, 2, 3 up to n. So xn minus 1 minus xn, what is that value?
Minus h.
Minus h. So here it will be yn minus 1 minus yn equals to minus h into a1. So a1 will be equals to yn minus 1 by h. What is this? Yn minus 1 in terms of backward difference? Nabla
y.
yn by h. Similarly, if you pass the polynomial through the point xn minus 2, yn minus 2, so this value was for the point xn minus 1, yn minus 1. So next, if you pass the polynomial through the point xn minus 2, yn minus 2, what should be the value of a2? Del square yn factorial to h power n. Sorry, not del square, Nabla square. It is backward difference. Same thing as you did in the forward difference. You first go through the forward difference, the derivation. You see, y naught, a naught was y naught, a1 was delta y naught by h, a2 was del square y naught by factorial to h square, a3 was del q y naught by factorial 3h cube. It should be h cube. An equals to del power n y naught by factorial n h power n. Same thing will be happening. Instead of forward difference, it should be backward difference in backward difference formula, and y naught will be yn. Okay. So what will be yn in backward difference formula? Nabla power n yn factorial n h power n. So once you know all these constants, you will be able to write down the polynomial in backward difference formula. They will be a naught, which is basically yn plus x minus xn into Nabla yn by h plus x minus xn into x minus xn minus 1 into Nabla square yn factorial to h square up to the last term. Last term is x minus xn, x minus xn minus 1 up to x minus x1 into Nabla power n yn factorial n h power n. So this is the polynomial we have obtained in Newton's backward difference formula. So it is very similar. If you remember forward difference, you can remember the backward difference. It will start with yn and xn. And instead of forward difference, it will be backward difference. Okay. So let us find out. Let us solve one problem. Now, if you want to find out the polynomial interpolating the data, it does not matter which formula you are using, Newton's forward difference formula or Newton's backward difference formula. Will that polynomial be different or same? Suppose some set of data points are given, let's say 5 data points are given, and you are finding the 4th degree polynomial by Newton's forward difference formula, and someone else is finding the polynomial by Newton's backward difference formula. Will those two polynomials be same or different?
Same, sir.
Same, sir.
Because we have proved it. If n plus 1 data points are there and you interpolate those data points by at most n degree polynomial, then the polynomial is unique. So it does not matter which method you are using. Then you will be asking, so why should we study different types of formula? If once we know Newton's forward difference formula, that one method is enough. We'll be finding the polynomial and then we'll be interpolating the data. Is not it? The difference is suppose the data points are more. So let me consider the first. Let us solve one problem. Then I'll be telling you the difference between Newton's forward difference and Newton's backward difference. So these are the data points. Quickly find out the polynomial. X, Y, 4 data points are given. 0, 1, 2, 3, 0, 1, 2, 3, 1, 0, 1, 10. So some of you try to find out the polynomial using Newton's forward difference, and rest of the students try to find out the polynomial using Newton's backward difference, and see whether they are same or different. So let us first quickly create the table. One more thing, let me ask you. So forward difference table and backward difference table, they are same or different for same data set?
Same, sir.
Same, only name of the elements are different. In forward difference, it will be given in terms of delta something, and in backward difference, it will be given in terms of nabla something. So let us quickly create the table. X, Y, delta Y, del square Y, del Q Y. 4 data, so up to 3rd degree forward difference non-zero you may get. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 1, 0, 1, 10. Quickly complete the table. Tell me the values here at this dotted position.
-1,
-1, 1,
1,
9.
9,
Here in this dot position. 2,
2,
8.
8.
Here it is 6. So same table will be in case of backward difference. So there will be write down the same table: X, Y, nabla Y, nabla square Y, nabla Q Y. Same values will be there. 0, 1, 2, 3, 1, 0, 1, 10, -1, 1, 9, 2, 8, 6. Okay, so in Newton's forward difference formula, this forward diagonal values will be taken. So I am striking that diagonal, and Newton's backward difference formula, this backward diagonal values will be taken. Is that clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so tell me the polynomial in terms of forward difference formula. What is P of X? In forward difference, it is starting from Y naught. Y naught, what is Y naught? So you name these elements: X naught, X1, X2, X3. This is Y naught, Y1, Y2, Y3. This will be delta Y naught, del square Y naught, and this will be del Q Y naught. And if it is X3, so this will be Y3, this will be nabla Y3, nabla square Y3, nabla Q Y3. Okay, so now tell me the polynomial using Newton's forward difference formula. Y naught plus x minus x naught into delta y naught by h plus x minus x naught x minus x1 del square y naught factorial to h square plus x minus x naught into x minus x1 to x minus x2 del q y naught factorial 3 h cube. So substitute those values here. What is y naught? 1 plus x minus 0 into del y naught is minus 1, h is 1 plus x minus 0, x minus 1, del square y naught is 2 by factorial 2, 1 square plus x minus 0, x minus 1, x minus 2, del q y naught is 6, factorial 3, 1 cube. So that will be 1 minus x, is not it? 1 minus x plus x into x minus 1 plus x into x minus 1 into x minus 2. So this is the polynomial. Is it okay? Is it okay to you?
सर इसमें सर
Yes,
एच का
sir.
वैल्यू कैसे
यस सर
क्या हुआ कोई पूछ रहे हैं, बताओ.
सर इसमें सर एच का वैल्यू कैसे होगा सर?
h मतलब क्या है कि दोनों कॉन्जिक्यूटिव x वैल्यूज में अंतर, द डिफरेंस बिटवीन टू कॉन्जिक्यूटिव x और द स्पेस बिटवीन टू x वैल्यूज कितने हैं? x वैल्यूज के अंतर
1.
1. So that is why that h value is substituted as 1. Okay. This is the polynomial p of x using forward difference formula. So if you expand it and simplify, it will be coming x cube minus 2x square plus 1. This is the third degree polynomial passing through the 4 data points. Now अगर कोई मान लो आपको at x equals to 0.5 आपको वैल्यू चाहिए था, तो now put x equals to 0.5 in this polynomial. मान लो x equals to 2.3 पे आपको आउटपुट वैल्यू चाहिए, put x equals to 2.5 in this polynomial. Okay, now if you find out the polynomial using backward difference formula, tell me what will be the polynomial. So I'll write down here.
सेम आ रहा सर.
सेम आएगा बस. So first you tell me, let me make it little bigger. I'll write down here. Tell me what is q of x. So it will start with yn plus nabla yn into x minus xn by h. Is it okay? So first you write down the formula. X minus xn into nabla yn by h plus x minus xn x minus xn minus 1. So here n is 3. So let me write down in terms of 3. Otherwise you will get confused. Here last data point is x3 y3 now. We have named it. So it will be first will be y3 plus x minus x3 into nabla y3 by h plus x minus x3 into x minus x2 nabla square y3 factorial to h square plus x minus x3 into x minus x2 into x minus x1 nabla cube y3 h cube factorial 3. Now you substitute the values, you know everything here. So what is y3? Y3 is 10 plus x minus x3. x3 is 3. So x minus 3 into nabla y3. Nabla y3 is 9. 9 by 1 plus x minus 3 into x minus 2 into nabla square y3 which is 8. 8 by factorial 2 1 square plus x minus 3 x minus 2, x minus 1, nabla cube by 3, that is 6 by 1 cube factorial 3. So now you simplify and you will end up with the same polynomial if you simplify it. X cube minus 2x square plus 1. So if you try to find out the polynomial, if you find out the polynomial using Newton's forward difference formula and Newton's backward difference formula, then you will end up with same polynomial. So why should we study two different methods? Okay, so instead of finding the polynomial, sometimes you want to find out the value directly. Okay, for example, here the data points are 0, 1, 1, 0, 2, 1, 3, 10. So if I ask you, okay, tell me what is the value at 0.1. So 0.1 will be somewhere here, 0.1. So if you plot the data points in 2 dimensions, if you plot the data point in 2 dimensions, first is 0, 1. So x value is 0, y value is 1. So this is the data. Next is 1, 0, x is 1, y is 0. This is the data. Next data point is 2, 1. X is 2, y is 1. This is the data. So 0, 1, 2, and at 3, it is 10. So somewhere it is. This is the data. So these are the 4 data points. Is that clear to you? Is that clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So now you are given a data point 0.1. So 0.1 is here. It is 0.1. So what will be the corresponding height at 0.1? What will be the value? What will be the height?
Zero 0.981.
Students, am I audible now?
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Yes,
sir.
sir, you are audible.
Okay, do you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, here you see I have plotted those 4 data points 0, 1, 1 0, 2 1 and 3 10. By they are denoted by the point A B C D. Okay, is that clear so far? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now suppose you are asked to evaluate the value at y equals to at x equals to 0.1. So 0.1 is between 0 and 1. So now you tell me, out of 4 data points A, B, C and D, which has the least effect for the value at 0.1?
D.
D. So D has the least effect. So if you want to determine, देखो अगर D को अगर हटा देंगे, लास्ट डेटा को अगर हटा देंगे, तो फॉरवर्ड डिफरेंस टेबल में कौन सा डायगोनल हट जाएगा, कौन से एलिमेंट्स हट जाएंगे, उसको हाईलाइट कर देंगे, बताइए। लास्ट डेटा को अगर हटा दिए तो कौन से एलिमेंट हट जाएंगे फॉरवर्ड डिफरेंस टेबल में और बैकवर्ड डिफरेंस टेबल में?
6, सर।
6 हट जाएगा और उसके नीचे जो एलिमेंट्स है ये सारे एलिमेंट हट जाएंगे। इज नॉट इट?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So now using only those 3 data points, you may determine the value at x equals to 0.1. If you look at the formula of Newton's forward difference or backward difference, the last term has in the denominator which quantity? H power n into the last term
Factorial
in the
n.
formula, factorial n. Now factorial n is very large number for even large value of n. Factorial n increases very rapidly. Write down first few factorials. What is factorial 1? 1, factorial 2, 2, factorial 3, 6, factorial 4, 24, factorial 5, 120. And if you keep on writing these values, factorial 50, factorial 100, even you will not be able to write down. So these values are getting, this factorial n is increasing very rapidly. So these terms, you see the higher order forward differences, the terms with respect to the higher order forward differences or higher order backward differences, their contribution will be less and less. As you consider higher and higher order forward differences or backward differences in the Newton's forward difference formula or backward differences formula, their contribution is becoming less and less, is not it? ये सारे वैल्यू जो आएंगे x माइनस एक्स एन, x माइनस एक्स एन माइनस 1 अप टू x माइनस एक्स 1, उसको कैसे डिवाइड करेंगे? फैक्टोरियल n से, एंड फैक्टोरियल n इज वेरी लार्ज नंबर for large value of n, so that value will be becoming very small. So जो higher order differences है ना, उसकी contribution, the term corresponding to that higher order differences will be contributing very less amount to the output value. तो चाहे तो आप ये जो last data point है, if you want to evaluate the value at 0.1, you may neglect the last data point, and considering only the first 3 data point, you may create the forward difference table and you may find out the output values. Similarly, if I ask you to find out what will be the value at 2.9, what will be the output value of 2.9, then out of A, B, C, D, which point has least effect for the output at x equals to 2.9?
A.
0.
A. Basically 0, 3, which is A. So what you can do, you can neglect that if you wish. If you wish, you can neglect and you can directly evaluate the value at x equals to 2.9. So in that case, in backward difference table, which elements will be discarded? These elements will be discarded, because in backward difference table, you see, in backward difference formula, it is del n yn, del power n yn. So these backward diagonal values are used. So if first point is omitted, only the last value del nabla 3 y3, that value will not be used. If the first data is discarded, only the third order backward difference will not be used. So that is how why we use study. So if, for example, 100 data points are there and you want to approximate the value at the end of the data point, near to the
Sir,
end of
your
the data
voice
point.
is lagging.
Hello.
Your voice is
Sir,
not
your voice
clear.
is not.
Oh, voice is breaking. Am I audible now?
No,
No,
sir.
sir.
Mhm. Is it okay now?
No, sir.
No.
No.
I'm sharing this network. It does not work.
Too much lagging, sir.
Working here in my office, the network strength is very low. I cannot use that. Is it okay now? So, yeah, leave the meeting and I'll rejoin. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So that is how Newton's forward difference formula and Newton's backward difference formula is used to find out the interpolating polynomial. So you understand why this concept is there. So suppose 100 data points are there. Let me plot those 100 data, few of the data points. Okay. So suppose you are given some set of data points and they are distributed in this manner. Suppose some set of data points are there. So these are the data points. So this is x naught and this is the last data point is xn. So if I ask you, okay, tell me what will be the output at this particular point xp. So the first few data points will have no effect or very less amount of effect for the output at x equals to xp is not it. Data points here, these data points will have very small effect or less effect for the output at x equals to xp. For example, if 100 data points are there and you have to find out the output value close to the end of the data point, then you may discard the first few data points so that the degree of the interpolating polynomial becomes less. Okay? Or if you want to find out the output value close to the beginning of the data point, then you may discard the last few data points. So if you want to find out the output value beginning close to the beginning of the data, Newton's forward difference formula is advised to use. If you want to find out the output value close to the end of the data set, then Newton's backward difference formula is advised to use so that the higher order backward differences will be survived in the backward difference table. So this is the main idea. Next formula which I shall be discussing is Gauss forward formula and Gauss backward formula. So the idea behind this these results are, suppose 100 data points are there and you have to find out the output value close to the middle of the table. Here in this current scenario, in this picture, so these are the data points which are given to you. These are the data points which are given to you. So if I ask you, okay, what will be the output value at this XP? What will be the output at this XP? Then which data will have less effect for the output value at X equals to XP? Data points at the beginning, first few data points at the beginning and last few data points at the end will have less effect for the output value at X equals to XP. Is not it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
फंक्शन के बिहेवियर पहले कुछ डेटा पॉइंट पे कैसे थे वो मैटर नहीं करते हैं. हाँ, अगर आप मिडिल ऑफ द टेबल में आउटपुट वैल्यू फाइंड करना चाहते हैं, उस पॉइंट के आजू बाजू में फंक्शन की बिहेवियर कैसे हैं, कैसे इंक्रीज हो रहे हैं, कैसे डिक्रीज हो रहे हैं, उस पर डिपेंड करेगा. सो in that case you may disregard the first few data points and last few data points and you may find out the smaller degree polynomial to interpolate to find out the output value at X equals to XP. So in that case Gauss forward formula and Gauss backward formula will be advised to use. So let us see how to derive Gauss forward formula and Gauss backward formula. I will be telling only one, Gauss forward formula, Gauss backward formula, and then next I will be Starling's, Bessel's and Everett's. Those derivation will not be discussed in the class. Idea will be same. So you try to understand the derivation of Gauss forward formula. Derivation for Gauss backward, Starling, Everett's and Bessel, they will be very similar. Only you have to know how to choose the initial construction of the polynomial, how to choose the initial assumption of the polynomial. Okay, so here you have to choose a center at the middle of the data point. So x0 will be chosen at the middle of the data point. So the data points will not be starting with the index x0. You have to rename in a way that x0 is at the middle of the table. तो मान लो कि आपको, so these are the data points, मान लो these are the data points 1 2 3 4 5, okay, 6, and output values are, so this is x, this is y, let's say 3 7 12 15 27 40. These are the output values. Then you will not name these data points with x0 y0 x1 y1. No, suppose here you have to find out the output value at x equals to 3.7. then either you'll be choosing 3 as center or 4 as center. ओके, मान लो आपको 2.7 पे आपको आउटपुट वैल्यू फाइंड करने हैं, तो आप 2 को सेंटर मानेंगे या 3 को सेंटर मानेंगे? इज दैट क्लियर टू यू?
ओके सर.
अगर 4.5 पे आपको आउटपुट वैल्यू फाइंड करने हैं तो आइदर 4 को सेंटर करेंगे या 5 को सेंटर करेंगे. सो you will determine which element will be center and accordingly the remaining indices will be written. So suppose in this current scenario 3 is the center. 3 is the center. So index of 3 will be, that element will be x0. So what will be the name for the element x equals to 2? That will be x minus 1. What will be the name for the element x equals to 1? X minus 2. What will be the name of the element 4? x1,
x1.
x2, x3, and similarly the y values will be y minus 2, y minus 1, y naught, y1, y2, y3. So it will be depending on you which element you are choosing as center. So once you determine which element is center in Gauss forward formula or Gauss backward formula or Bessel's average and Starling in these formulas, you have to choose the center. These results will be used to find out the output values at the middle of the table. So anyway, so let us create the forward difference table and see how Gauss forward formula is derived. Derivations are a bit complicated, it will seem, but it is not that much difficult. So this is X values, this is Y values, this is first order forward difference, second order forward difference, third order forward difference, fourth order forward difference, fifth order forward difference, and so on. It will be depending on number of data points. Okay, so X naught is here, this is X1, this is X2, this is X3. We do not know how many data points are there. This will be X minus 1, X minus 2, and similarly first few more points will be there. It will be Y minus 2, Y minus 1, Y naught, Y1, Y2, Y3. So tell me what are the values in forward difference table here at this dotted position. That will be delta Y minus 2. Is that okay? What will be the name of the element here in the next dotted position? The next dotted position. Delta
I minus 1.
Y minus 1, delta Y naught, delta Y1, delta Y2. Similarly, in the next forward difference, second order forward difference, it will be del square Y minus 2, del square Y minus 1, del square Y naught. It will be del square Y1. In third order forward difference, it will be del Q Y minus 2, del Q Y minus 1. It will be del Q Y naught. Here it will be del 4 y minus 2, del 4 y minus 1. It will be del 5 y minus 2, and so on. Few more elements will be there depending on the number of data points. Similarly at the beginning also. Now once you choose x naught as center, so you will have to create the forward difference table. So tell me, let me write down few more elements here. What is the element at this dotted position?
Which, sir?
Is in this big dotted position.
Y minus 3, sir. Del Q Y
minus 3. Del Q y minus 3. So it will be del Q y minus 3. Here this element will be del 4 y minus 3. Okay, it will be del 5 y minus 3. So this is how the table will be created. So once you choose x naught as center, you will have to identify which is forward line and which is backward line. Along forward line, you will get Gauss forward formula, and along the backward line, you will get the Gauss backward formula. So once you choose the center, this particular line is called the forward line. Is it okay? आपको क्रिएट टेबल थोड़ा सिमेट्रिक तरीके से बनाने हैं, हाँ, ताकि फॉरवर्ड लाइन इजीली दिखे. So this is the forward line. Along this particular line is called the forward line if the center is chosen as x naught, and this line is called the backward line. This line. this line is called, so let me write down the forward line and backward line. This line is called forward line and this line is called backward line. Is it okay? Is it okay? चलिए तो मैं आपको कुछ डेटा पॉइंट्स देते हैं, मैं इसकी डेरिवेशन नेक्स्ट क्लास में करेंगे। आप मुझे फॉरवर्ड लाइन और बैकवर्ड लाइन बताइए और कैसे इसको सॉल्व करेंगे। सो सपोज द डेटा पॉइंट्स आर x, y, they are 0, 4, 8, 12 and 16 x values. Y values are 14, 24, 14, 24, 32, 35 and 40. So these are the 5 data points and you are asked to find out the output value at 9. What is y of 9? So 9 is middle of the table, is not it? So let us create the forward difference table. So which element will be chosen as center?
8.
8.
8 or 12, it is up to you. So suppose you are choosing 8 as center. 8 as center. So at 9 you have to determine the value. So the data before 9 or data after 9, that will be chosen as center in general. It is up to you. So suppose 8 is chosen as center. So let me create the forward difference table. So this is the index. This is x values. This is y values. Delta y, del square y, del qy, del 4y, and so on. For 5, we will have value up to del 4 at most. So index, so x values are 0, 4, 8, 12, 16. This time I will be trying to create the table in a symmetric manner. So 8 you are choosing as center. So what is the index for the element 8?
0.
0. It is index for 4. -1, index for 0. -2, index for 12. 1, index for 16. 2. Now y values are 14, 24, 32, 35 and 40. So now you create the forward difference table and complete it. What is the value here?
10.
10. Next 8. Next 3. Next
3,
5.
5.
Okay, in next column minus 2,
minus
5,
2.
2 here,
-3, 7.
minus 3, 7
7. 10.
here, 10. So now you tell me which one is forward difference line and which is backward difference line.
32.
32,
3.
3,
-5.
minus 5,
-1. 7.
7 and 10. This is the forward line. And tell me the backward line.
32.
32,
8.
8, minus 5,
-2.
minus
Oh,
3,
-5, yes.
10.
-3.
That is the backward line. Okay. अगर आप 12 को सेंटर मान दे, 12 को सेंटर मानते तो फॉरवर्ड लाइन में आपको मिलता, मैं कह रहा हूं कि इस टेबल में, और मैं ज्यादा इसको ओवरराइड नहीं करेंगे, एक बार बता देते हैं कि अगर आप 12 को सेंटर मानते तो कौन से लाइन फॉरवर्ड लाइन बनता? 35, 5,
5
2 7
2
2
और 7 नहीं है, 7 नहीं है, बस यही पे खत्म हो गया फॉरवर्ड लाइन।
yes sir
और बैकवर्ड लाइन अगर कौन से होते, अगर 12 को सेंटर मानते तो?
So 35, 3, 2.
35, 3, 2 एंड
7.
7 भी तो जाते ना, हाँ 7 भी आ रहे थे, तो देयर इट विल एंड। So you see higher order differences are not there, because if you choose 8 as center, you have del 4y, that also will be contributing to the formula, is not it? And if you choose 12 as a center, then del 4y is not available, so del 4y value will not be used. So in that case, if you use 12 as a center, your answer will be less accurate, but you can do that, because in that case the del 4y is not used, and which is coming from the data, fast data. So if you choose 12 as a center, basically you are discarding the fast data point. Del 4y is coming from the fast data, so if you choose 12 as a center, you are discarding the fast data point, which is 0,14. Anyway, so now you know how to choose forward difference line and backward difference line. Okay, is that clear?
Yes.
So derivation, I will not be able to do that today because time is over. So derivation for Gauss backward formula, Gauss forward formula, and Bessel's, Starling's, and Everett's, those will be discussed in the next theory class. I'll be doing only, so you see the PDF here. I'll be deriving only Gauss forward formula, and Gauss backward formula, Starling, Bessel, Everett, you'll have to go through yourself, because in the class, if I do it, they will be confusing. You study in your free time. Once you understand Gauss forward, remaining will be very easy. So let me show you. You see Gauss forward formula. So this is how the forward difference table is created, and the forward line is shown here in the diagram, in the table. Okay. Now what will be the output values at? So what will be the polynomial? The polynomial will be y naught plus some constant into delta y naught plus some constant into del square y minus 1 plus another constant into del q y minus 1 plus another constant into del 4 y minus 2, and so on. Each time one constant will be multiplied with these values, and they will be added. Linear combination of these elements along the line. Then what we have to do? Somehow you will have to determine what are these constants. Once you are able to identify these constants, that will be your formula. So how do you get the polynomial? Linear combination of these data points, and linear combination में जो constants होंगे उसको किसी तरीके से आपको identify करने हैं. अगर आपने identify कर लिए तो that will be your formula. Did you get the main idea?
yes sir.
Similarly, in Gauss backward formula, backward difference table will be created. Let me show you. So this is same table. So here backward line will be considered, and linear combination of these values will be taken as output value. And in that linear combination, you will have to determine what are the constants. In linear combination, constants use होते हैं ना? What is the linear combination of x1, x2? That will be alpha 1 x1 plus alpha 2 x2. Alpha 1, alpha 2 are constants. तो ये alpha 1, alpha 2 को आपको determine करने हैं. So if you are able to identify them, that will be the formula. Similarly, Bessel क्या होंगे? Starling's formula, they are nothing but the average of Gauss forward and Gauss backward. तो Starling को अलग से prove करने की जरूरत नहीं है. Starling's will be simply the average of Gauss forward and Gauss backward. उसके बाद क्या आते हैं? Bessels. So Bessels में forward difference table create होते हैं, and then I'll tell you how to choose the values. Average में भी क्या होते हैं, same table will be created and particular values will be chosen from the table. So once you got the idea of linear combination and how to identify the constants in the linear combination, rest of the drills are same. So I'll not be going through each of these formulas one by one. I'll be only telling you how to derive Gauss forward formula, and remaining derivation you will be doing yourself. I'll be only telling you how to solve the problem. Is that okay to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So if you have any doubt, you may ask me. If not, you may leave the class.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, okay.
Thank you, sir.
And once this topic is covered, the methods for evenly spaced data, then I'll tell you two more methods which can be used to find out the interpolating polynomial for arbitrary data set. They may be evenly spaced, they may be unevenly spaced, but you may use those formulas to find out the interpolating polynomial. They will be Lagrange interpolation formula and Newton's divided difference formula. They are for arbitrary data set.